Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Coffee With. I'm your host Christopher Evans, and today I'm thrilled to welcome Rabih Helou. Hello. Hi. Rabih, how are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
And Rabih, you are with the Beauty Shoppe. Now, I happen to think business is beautiful, and you run a business operation. Why is it called the Beauty Shoppe?
It's called the Beauty Shoppe because we first got started in what used to be an old beauty shop in East Liberty, on the second floor above what is now a coffee shop. And it's nice, I like it because it sort of represents old East Liberty. Over the last 20 years, the place was filled with old beauty shops. So we took an old beauty shop, and when we moved and expanded across the street, we decided to keep the name, and we like it, and so do our members.
And what kind of services do you provide to your members?
It's a shared office space. It's a co-working space for everybody. And we believe that it solves the problem in the marketplace for small businesses and individual entrepreneurs and freelancers. For these people who want to get started on a business and they have an idea, they're really focused on their business. They're not necessarily thinking about office space or office furniture or internet access or printers or copiers. But if they want to get their own office space, that's what they have to deal with. And so they're left on their own to have to deal with landlords and to deal with 3 or 5 year lease terms. But these people don't know where they're going to be in the next 6 months. You know, they may fail, right? And if they fail, then they're left with all this furniture and they're left with the lease they have to get up. They're left with all this infrastructure and space. So what we do is we take the long-term risk. We take 10 and more year leases. We get all the infrastructure, and we're talking Class A infrastructure for these people. And we allow them to share our space as members. And so they just pay a membership fee. So when they come in, they may be just one person, or they may be a 3-person organization, and they could expand within our space or contract within our space without having to worry about lease terms, without having to worry about all that investment that we've made. So we make that investment, and we play in the shared economy, and they just plug into our space and our services and our infrastructure for a small nominal fee. They can start acting and feeling and interfacing with their clients like a much larger organization.
So flexibility and cost are obviously pretty important to startups. Are there other benefits to co-working space beyond that?
Absolutely. Sure, they get in because it makes financial sense, but I'd like to think that they stay because of the environment that's created, the community that's created amongst entrepreneurs. When you work for a large organization, the benefits aren't just that you have space. The benefits are that if you're working on something and you're having a problem that you can't resolve, a marketing problem, say you walk down the hallway and you talk to the marketing people, and you'll get some input and you'll get some feedback, and you're able to solve your business problems by gaining access to a much larger pool of talent and skill sets. When the Beauty Shoppe, it's sort of the same way. You may be an individual or a 2-person company, but you're surrounded, in our particular case, 110 members right now, you're surrounded by other people and organizations with different skill sets. And these people are able to share information, share expertise, and collaborate and cooperate where necessary. And this has happened several times. Organizations sometimes just help because you're part of the Beauty Shoppe. And other times organizations have entered into business transactions with each other. And even in one particular case, they've formed a unique organization where they're all equity partners in a new deal.
So the startup scene is burgeoning across the United States. I mean, cities like Austin and Boulder and Pittsburgh, of course, are really relishing in the growth of these types of companies.
Yeah.
In your particular region in East Liberty, there's been a lot of change as well over the last few years. What's that meant to the Beauty Shoppe and to your business model?
I think that we are benefiting from the changes, but we're also helping to promote those changes. And what those changes are, I think, it's become a center for a variety of entrepreneurs. And they all see the benefits of being part of the same organization, being part of the same community. And so they all tend to follow each other in the same space. So at some point, there was a burgeoning, like you said, of startups and entrepreneurial activity in the area. And I think what we've done is we've allowed these once disparate organizations to come together under one roof, and that's allowed for somewhat of a tipping point. So right now, when people think of East Liberty, I'd like to think that they think of the Beauty Shoppe.
So where do you see the future of co-working space?
It's an industry that's doubled in size since 2006 every year. I think that the co-working industry has boomed because it's a movement. What we're trying to do is to take the norms and ideals and principles of the co-working movement: openness, sharing, lower barriers to entry, quicker fails, right? It's okay to fail, go in, start something over, and we want to turn it into a sustainable business that's going to be around for the next 15, 20 years.
Rabih, with all that infrastructure and the support and momentum, why do you think so many startups still fail?
I think they have to. I think that's the natural evolution of progress and growth. And because we know that, we have to allow them to fail. We have to allow them to proceed and to be entrepreneurs without fearing failure. So I would answer that question is they fail because they have to.
What are you most excited about with the Beauty Shop in the next couple of years?
The people around us. When I sit at a table at the Beauty Shop and I look across from me, I see 2 of the 10 TEDx speakers. I see 2 of the top 10 businesses to watch for as per the Pittsburgh Business Times. I see half of the Creative Mornings speakers. I see people who are making the news. I see people that are doing fabulous things. I see Thread International that's picking up trash in Haiti and turning that into recycled fiber and then turning that into clothing and selling it to a local company here so that it can be sold across the country. I'm surrounded by people doing incredible things, and I'm most excited about being able to watch them grow over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Rabih, you're doing such amazing things for the community and for these startups, and we wish you continued success. Thank you so much for being our guest here on Coffee With.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
And thank you for joining us on Coffee With.